All right. Well, welcome to Focus Forward Training. And we're talking this morning about, we just finished talking about our week, some of the things that are happening with us and some of the things that we are doing to put in place. And so today we're going to be talking about what goals. And, we've been doing this now, ladies, for a number of weeks. So I'd like to go around and I'd like for you to share one goal that you've accomplished. What's one goal that you've accomplished since we've been in Focus Forward Training? And I'll start off to allow you guys a chance to think. One goal that I've accomplished since we've started Focus Forward Training is being consistent in terms of doing this training every Saturday morning from 9 to 9:45. And so consistency, I realize, is a challenge for me, and I'm always pushed to just in terms of being consistent. And since then, I've also created the Tuesday being online on Tuesdays with the on Friday nights, couples conversations, and on Tuesdays, I forgot my theme, but anyway, the coffee talk on Tuesdays. And then the presentation, doing an opportunity presentation at 7 p.m. on Sundays. So I've pushed myself in terms of being consistent, and I'm really proud of that. I've also pushed myself in terms of being consistent with this walking and walking every day. And I can't say that I've walked every single day, but I have walked 90% of the days that since I've been starting, and I feel pretty good about that. And so I feel like those are goals that I've set, and that I'm also and then I've also done some courses. I haven't finished all the courses, but I've done some online courses, and I'm constantly doing them. So I'm feeling good about that I've done more than when I got started. So what goals have you all accomplished? Share one goal that you're accomplished. Michelle McDaniel, what's one goal that you've accomplished since we started Focus Forward Training?
I would say doing more of the videos. I was consistent about posting things, but then I stepped out and did more of the videos, talking. So that's my accomplishment.
Awesome. Katrina, what have you accomplished? What's one goal that you've accomplished since Focus Forward Training?
To keep being consistent as well. I've accomplished the training with Disney as well, and just making sure that I'm being on when there's training, or I'll jump on even when I'm at work. So just being consistent and staying focused.
Awesome. Miss Iantha, what goal have you accomplished?
One, I'd like to share two. Since the gym has been closed, I've been consistently walking. We walk, my sister and I, unless it's raining. We basically walk about 3 to 4 miles a day, sometimes further. And also taking with the business, taking classes. I was already on the calls daily, but I find myself reading books more too.
Awesome. Ms. Barbara, what goal have you accomplished? And you're on mute, by the way.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. I've been more consistent as far as doing my training, staying with the meetings, and also I've been trying to getting more organized, and I took over for someone else at work, and I have the file room, which is the storage room, and trying to get that together. So I can see a little bit of progress, but I look at that as an accomplishment.
Awesome. All right. So the next question is, what is a goal that you can accomplish this week? one of the goals that I want to accomplish this week, let me just tell you, I made an accountability post, and I don't know if you guys saw it last week, and I said that I was going to fix my, sew the seam in my caftan that I like, that I was going to plant this plant that I wanted to plant it on my deck, that I also, I was going to put it on a pot and plant it on my deck, and that I also was going to finish a book. Well, I was able to put that seam in my caftan, and I chilled out in it last night, which is great. I was able, there was a book on tape that I was listening to, and I started listening to it, and I listened to the whole thing, but I fell asleep on it. So I need to go back and actually listen to it when I'm awake. So technically I finished the book, but it was in my subconscious mind, so I'm not going to take credit for that. So I'm going to redo that and finish it this week. But I'm also, my goal was to reconnect with at least 10 people last week, and I reconnected with 5. And so I'm looking forward to reconnecting with 10, really focusing on reconnecting with 10 people this week. And so that's my goal that I plan to accomplish by next Saturday. And today I plan to go to Lowe's and find the plant that I want and put it in a pot if it doesn't rain if it doesn't rain, I'm gonna try to go ahead and do that. And my neighbor said that they were gonna give me, there were a couple plants that they said they were gonna give me too. So I'll have an opportunity to set those out. So what goal can you accomplish this week? Michelle McDaniel.
I would say I wanted to get more into the Canva, learning more about that. So that's what I want to accomplish.
I'm sorry, learn more about what?
Learning more about the Canva site and how to post.
The
Can you hear?
Learn more about the
Canva site.
Oh, Canva.
Oh, Canva,
Okay.
Canva, yeah.
Canva. Okay. Awesome. Katrina Ellis, what goal can you accomplish this week?
Getting more. I've started getting myself adjusted to Canvas and the flyers as well. I posted something, a flyer on Instagram because the Southwest is going to end on Monday, so I put a little flyer on there just to get some feedback on that. Yes, so I'm gonna keep accomplishing my goal of getting more information out there for flyers and Canvas as well. So I've been practicing on that as well.
Awesome. Miss Iantha, what is a goal that you can accomplish this week?
I want to complete at least 5 more of Princess's classes. I'm taking Princess classes. So I think we completed about 5, and I'd like to complete 5 more at least this week, and continue working on my list of people, get it more organized, and call some people more.
That's awesome. Miss Barbara, you're on mute. What goal can you accomplish this week?
Well, I have a plant that's been sitting there growing in the bowl in the dish, so I want to pot it. I have the pot. I just need to find some dirt and go ahead and plant that. And I want to take a couple of courses and finish those by the end of the week.
Awesome. Okay.
And then I want to put up my curtain rod. I put it up a couple of weeks ago and it fell. Well, it's leaning, like it's getting ready to come down if I sneeze. So I got another rod, so that's my weekend project.
All right. So Michelle, what do you need to accomplish your goal in terms of what do you need to do, or what do you need to accomplish your goal in getting more proficient in Canva?
getting on, reading, I guess the different flyers. I did post 2 flyers in Instagram just to test it out, but I want to really get into it to see what all it does and how I can get proficient with it.
Awesome, awesome. So what do you need to do? What will that involve? More time? What do you need to do differently? Because if that's the case, then you would have already done it. So what do you need to get that done, to accomplish that? What do you feel like you need to change or be present about?
I just need to have more time, maybe when I take my lunch at work or something like that, because I am working from home. So maybe when I take my lunch, take a couple of minutes to go and log into Canva and see.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So you're saying that basically you have to figure out your time when you're gonna set time to do that.
Right.
Okay. Katrina, what do you need to accomplish your goal this week?
I want to say when I get off at 8 o'clock, because I know my little 30-minute lunch break is not enough time for me. So get more focus on Wednesdays when I'm off. That's the time I'm almost set to get my flyers out there and do a little bit more of training with the website of Spoil. It's called Spoil Agent. They do. I've been keeping up with that, so that's my goal that I do on Wednesday. So I need to get back and catch up for us with that.
Awesome, awesome, great. Miss Iantha, what do you need to accomplish your goal of finishing those courses with Princess?
First of all, I need to set specific times that I want to work on the courses, and the time that I want to work on the list, and the time that I want to use for calling people. Because sometimes once I get into class, I can kind of stay there all day until I finish, But if I'm going to do it daily, I need to divide my time up with the 3 things, as well as my other things that's not connected with the business here. Absolutely. So I guess I could say time management.
Okay, all right. Okay, and so for me, I definitely need to do, I've got my planner, but I find that I'm much better when I write it down. So I want to be conscious about writing down when I'm going to work and after work, what I'm going to work on, if I'm going to, and have those particular goals. What class am I going to finish, and what things that I'm going to do to work on completing my goals this week. And so that helps me a whole lot in terms of just being able to stay focused and also write down what it is I said that I'm going to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So who can help you? Who can help you achieve this goal? Michelle, who can help you achieve this goal with Canva, or you just feel like that's something that you just have to do?
Right, that's just something I have to do.
Okay. Katrina, who can help you achieve your goal? Or are you feeling like it's something that you just got to do?
I just feel like it's something that I need to do. Like I said, I need to use my planner and write it down. I bought a planner. I remember you said buy a planner, so I need to get write in my planner and write it down, the dates that I need to set aside. So that's what
Yeah, I found myself, I have a planner too, and I was like, and it sits right here, and I was like, I really need to start writing stuff in the planner so that I stay on top of things. Yeah, I bought this nice planner, but I need to really sit down and plan some stuff. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Miss Iantha, what about you? You just talked about setting time for these courses. So are you going to begin writing them down in a planner and actually following the planner?
Yeah, that's what I really need to do, is to follow the planner so I can divide the time right. That's really what I need to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I just need to do it.
Right. That's the challenge, doing it, getting in the habit of doing it. Miss Barbara, who can help you? Who do you feel like can help you achieve your goals of putting up the curtain rod and setting out your plan?
If I knew a good handy person, but that doesn't exist, so DIY. I just need to set the time aside and just go ahead and do it.
So I'm
And
going
don't
to
get
challenge
distracted.
what you just said. You said, if I knew a good handy person, but that doesn't exist. Is that true? Is that really, really true?
I don't feel like being bothered. So, I'd rather get someone, pay them to put it up, and also have a bookcase in there, pay them to put it up, but I don't want to hear this and that. So I'd rather just sit down, read it, and do it myself. It may take me a little longer, but at least I got peace of mind at the end of the day.
Okay. I believe that there are contractors out there and you could solicit to do the job and you don't have to hear anything. You could just get them to do the job. That's what I believe. But it's all about what you believe. So if you believe that there's nobody in your network that you can call, I encourage you to go on what's called Angie's List. Angie's List has all kinds of contractors that'll do, and handymen that will do things for you that are very professional and
I forgot about that.
rely on their work. And that way you don't have to, because depending on how high depending on your wall, depending on how high the window is, sometimes those curtain rods can be a little more involved. Because especially depending on the casing, I don't know if you have a wood casing, or some people, they put a layer of your window if you have a steel casing.
Yeah.
And then, in terms of a drill, being able to screw that stuff as opposed and drill it as opposed to a screwdriver. So depending on how handy you are, do you have a drill?
Oh yes, I have a drill. First, the curtain rod came with little nails, and I said, this is not going to work. So I put that up. Then after that, like you said about the casing, I had to find a stud, and one side came down. So then I found screws to put that up and put it on the stud. So everything was fine. The panel was already, I was getting ready to put the panel up. Then I get the panel up, the one's too long. Then I get another panel's too short. Put the curtains up. I said, okay, it's getting late. Go ahead and put the curtains up. Then the other side decided it wants to come down. So then I was like, okay, now I find the drill. I recharged the drill, and I bought some new curtains. After I put the curtains up there, I didn't even like the curtains, so I ended up buying some new curtains. So it's been a challenge over here.
Correct. You might want to find somebody. Are the curtains staying up? Is the rod staying up now, or you just...
It's the one with the panel on it is staying up, but then the other one is sloping. And but I had to get a new rod because the curtains that I got, I wasn't even paying attention. It had the little circles at the top. So I already have the rod. So now I got to put brackets up, and a new set of brackets up, and the screws. So I have everything. It's just a matter of, okay, after I done pressed everything and put it up there, But yeah, maybe I'll just do that and just let somebody else deal with that, and if they got patience with me. So. Sorry.
It's up to you. It's totally up to you. But it sounds like you probably would benefit from a little help. I don't know. If you probably got, if you want to do it, but it sounds like you would, because it's kind of, if you got to get up on a ladder and try to do the drill and all of that sometimes, and if the curtain is sloping,
and then I'm in
something probably didn't if it's sloping, that's what you said, it's sloping.
Yeah. So I need that little bracket that's usually in the middle. But like I say, now that I'm getting ready to change the rod altogether, I won't even have to worry about that because it's a longer, more durable one. And so that will
Girl, if it's
be
a
okay.
long thing, you still probably gonna, don't believe the hype. You still gonna need that support in the middle, even though
Oh, okay.
it might be a longer ride. I'll save you some time for that. If it's even
Okay.
if it's longer and they say, oh yeah, it's longer and you don't, yeah, you do. You still need that.
Okay.
They'll still do that little dip in the middle as soon as the weight of the curtains are on it.
Right. And that's exactly what happened as soon as the weight went on them. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, but I think I'm going to do that, Angie, in that way. I got the bookcase and I don't have to be, they can deal with that. I don't have to keep stepping over it when I come in. And then I'm in a boot, so I can't really get up to do the curtain rod anyway. It's more of a risk. So.
Miss
Girl,
Barbara, it sounds like you need some help, baby.
You need to call somebody.
You need some help.
Okay.
Yeah, you need some help.
No, if not, y'all can see me on the news. The lady that fell through the window trying to put up a curtain rod.
Look, we told her on training to get some help. Somebody, please go over there and help her.
Yeah, you need some help. You in the boot, ain't nothing you can do.
I'm serious. If you in the boot, you know you need some help. You gonna mess, child, please. You can't even get on a ladder. I wouldn't even try getting on a ladder with the boot or steps with a.
I've been standing in the chair because I didn't have the ladder. Okay, moving on.
Stop. Just stop. You're gonna send yourself to the hospital.
Yeah.
Just stop. Girl, just find you a handyman, somebody that you don't have to worry about. Not no little jack leg handyman.
Right,
Somebody who
right.
really knows, that does quality work and know what they're doing, and
Yeah, 'cause
come over and take care of that. And
I had somebody that was supposed to. He came over and did my TV. Put my TV stand there and everything. Everything was fine. Moved a few things around. Paid him. Then he got to the door and tried to get fresh. I said, "Oh no. No, not before I gave him the money. After I gave him the money." I said, "Okay, get out." So, yeah, but I'll be all right. I have a bat beside the door next time.
girl, that. No offense, but that's one of the. Let me see if my husband's on first. Sometimes God blesses us by, being able to, we recording, but, sometimes, girl, a little wink and a prayer may get a curtain rod up. I'm just saying.
So, Miss Ann, what happened with the sauna? The outcome of the sauna? What happened?
Yeah, the jet.
It's still that we haven't heard from our next door neighbor now, right next door. We hadn't heard anything else from him. And so I said, well, let's call and order the parts, so at least I can get started working on him. And so my husband says, no, I have somebody else I'm going to call.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, so here we go. So today, let's talk about. So we both, with our goals and stuff, we know that we know that number one, that we need, all of us said that we have our calendar and our planner, and we need to be more consistent in terms of writing stuff down. And also, if for each course that you want to take, and on your calendar or planner, if you say, okay, on this particular night I want to take this course, then you're probably more apt to, looking at it, you're more apt to take it. On this particular day, I'm going to do this, or on this particular day, and plan out our goals. So when you do that, you're more apt to do it. But let's talk about too, the art of connecting. And the art of connecting is actually having people in your circle that, and all of us have people in our circle that could get us to our next level. However, we have to have that art of connecting. So I like to go around and ask, who is one person of influence that you have in your circle that you like to build a relationship with? And I'll start out. One person that's in my circle that I know that I have access to, and I like to build a closer connection and relationship with, is one of my sorority sisters. She is a medical doctor. She's a medical doctor in DC, and she's just very, very connected on so many different levels. She's always active doing various things, and she's very helpful. And so I know that if I know that the onus is on me. If I want to get to know her better, if I want to be connected with her, I just really have to just make the effort, make a call, start showing up where she's going to be, and start doing things with her to make that happen. And I haven't done it. And I think that she could truly enrich. Having a relationship with her would truly enrich various aspects of my life and my business, because she's so connected. She can pick up the phone and make things happen. Who is somebody in your circle, somebody that you know or maybe know of that you'd love to build a connection with? Michelle McDaniel.
You can go to somebody else. I'm still thinking.
Okay. Miss Iantha.
There's one girl in our business, but has never really used it. She is a lawyer's wife. She's also in our church. She's younger. I just think that if I could really connect with her with a deeper relationship, and I remember her saying that her father was always in entrepreneurship, so she knows things about business. But if I could just really get connected with her in a deeper way, I think with her abilities and talents and influence, both her and her husband, that she would be very good for the business as well as for bringing in people.
Well, what's her name? Write her name down.
Oh yeah, Anita Howell. Yeah, I got it written down. Yeah.
Write her name down. Anita Howell. Okay. Katrina, who is someone that you feel that is influential, someone that you'd love to build a relationship with?
Well, I mean, we already have a close relationship. I've been knowing this lady and her husband and their family. I used to do caregiving, and we've been close ever since. I was taking care of her mom, and she passed away. But we've been close ever since. So I've already reached out to her, and just trying to get because she's a massage therapist as well. And she texted me back and said she would love to hear about the business. So she's so busy, I just got to get the time to connect with her.
Okay, all right. Barbara, who is someone in your circle that you love to build a relationship with that would benefit you in terms of building a relationship?
I would actually say it would be one of my cousins, and she knows the right people.
Barbara, I can barely hear you. I don't know if it's just me.
No, I can hear.
You can hear just fine? Is it me?
No.
I think she said her cousin.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. One of my cousins, and she just out there. She's the things that I should be doing, posting every day and whatever's on her mind. And we've talked a couple of times, and she's like a go-getter. And I think that if she channels that energy in a positive way, then I think that if I can connect with her that way, then I think that we could do good things together.
Okay, all right. Welcome, Michelle Thomas. How you doing this morning? If there was one person that you could connect with that you think it would be very influential, if it's someone that could really make a difference in your life and in your business, who would that be?
Well, it's this one person that I met, and we've been talking for a while. I feel like she has a lot of connections. She travels a lot, and she's a tax professional. But she made a very big impression on me just with her demeanor and, like I said, her connections and her business mind and everything. Been trying to connect with her for a while. Her name is Tony Jones, and we've been connected. I've been trying to connect with her, so I feel very strongly that if I actually really talk with her, it's always a bad season when I'm talking with her. She's either going somewhere or just coming back, but I haven't reached out to her during this pandemic, so I know she's not going anywhere now. So she's someone, and she's very open, and she always says, well, Michelle, you just caught me a bad time, blah, 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 but she's very pleasant, but definitely I get the sense that she's a go-getter just by her demeanor, and the way she talks. She's just like, on point, just on the go. So if I could just talk with her, I think it would make a difference, I think, for me.
Okay, great. And what's her name? Write her name down.
Okay, I'll write it down. I got it.
Okay. All right. So Michelle, who is someone that you feel like Michelle McDaniel, who is someone that you feel like you could speak with, or someone that you could develop a relationship with that could be influential in your life and in your business?
I would say one person, I've tried to connect with her before. We went to high school together, Angela Reynolds. She's very influential. Like I said, we've talked a couple of times. I've shared the business opportunity. One time that I shared it with her, she began saying, well, I don't know how this is going to work with my disability, my disability payments and things like that. So, but yeah, if I could connect with her to the point where she sees the benefits and the opportunities, very influential.
Okay, cool. So, okay, people of influence, they may not join you in business, but what you want to do is develop that trust. So even if they don't join you in business, they probably know someone in their network that if they referred you would listen to you. So this is about the art of connecting, and all of your connections are not necessarily people that you want to recruit in your business. Some of your connections are people that are just going to support you, or people that you want to develop relationships with that they trust. And they might, even though they say, oh, I can't use the business, but look, I want you to talk to my son. Or, hey, I'm not interested, but hey, I want you to talk to my sister. I think this would be perfect for her. And so in terms of development right now, in just putting recruiting aside, let's work on just developing those relationships. Just decide that, hey, I'm going to develop a relationship. And we know that one person can make the difference in our business. And so when we develop those relationships, sometimes as simple as making a phone call can make the difference. So I'm asking everybody to look in your Rolodex And if your person that you wanted to contact is in your Rolodex, I encourage you to pull up their number and write it down, and let's call them. Let's call them. For instance, this young lady, AC Foster, is someone that I met. I met at a seminar that I said I wanted to keep in touch with. She's very professional. She is someone that I really enjoyed meeting. And so what I will do is actually give her, well, she may not remember. I'm trying to remember, where did I meet her? Oh yeah, it was at the, I met her at the speaking speaking thing with Shay Brown not too long ago. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call her and if she leaves a message, that's fine. If not, but the purpose is really just to reconnect. So I want you just to listen to my conversation and it's just going to be a few minutes. It's not going to be a long conversation. And the whole purpose is just to, hey, look, you know what? I just wanted to reconnect. And so these are the kinds of conversations that I'm having with people this week. So let's see if she, let's go into voicemail. Hey, AJ, this is Ann Brown. I don't know if you remember me, but we met months ago at the seminar, the speaking seminar with Shay Brown and the rest of the crew. We had a great time, and we were just speaking, and actually we made some connections, and I really, really enjoyed meeting you. And I know we made the commitment that we would keep in touch. And so this is me honoring my commitment. I saw your name and number. I wanted to give you a call, and I just wanted to reconnect and get to know you better. So hopefully you're open to that. And when you get this message, you'll give me a call back at 301-613-8582. In fact, to help you remember, what I'll do is I'll send you a picture that we took together so that you know who it is that you're speaking with. Okay? Talk to you soon, and hopefully you're having a blessed day, and I look forward to reconnecting in the very near future. Bye-bye. Okay, so what did y'all think of that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought it was a good strip, really. That when you go back and look at some of your cards or whatever, and pick out, like you said, one or two or some that you felt good about, and especially when you can remember where you met them and some of the conversation. Sometimes when I met people, I put things on the back of the card, so that kind of really helped me, to be able to remember where I met, and maybe sometimes some of the things that were said. Yeah.
Exactly. So, you're exactly right. So, what do you think what's the difference between, a lot of times, I know that I've made the mistake in leaving messages like, hey, you know what? I met you and I really was impressed with you, and there's something that I really would love to share with you, or there's something that I'd really like to talk to you about, and then I don't get a call back. What do you think the difference is in terms of the message that I just left, and what are the chances of that person calling me back as opposed to leaving messages like I used to leave?
The one you used to leave was more salesy.
Okay.
And the one that you just did was more personal.
Right.
Building that relationship.
Right.
Okay. So when we're reaching out and making those connections, even if we're calling about business, especially right now, how many of us are really just sometimes when we begin calling, we focus on, we focus on what we're calling about, and sometimes I have to step back and just say, you know what, I don't know what this person's going through. I don't know when that phone rings, I don't know who is really answering the phone. So I need to just, number one, approach it like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I just wanted to reconnect. And I found, especially as I'm reconnecting with people, that it opens up. I did this yesterday with a very influential person that I had on my team that got disenfranchised because her friends wouldn't support her, and she eventually quit. And I could tell when she answered the phone, she was like, "Oh, hey, Ann." I could tell that she was expecting that business conversation. And I said, girl, you know what? This isn't about business. I said, I saw your name and number, and I just wanted to call and see how you were doing. And I said, I hadn't heard from you in a while. And I said, I know you were going through some things. And I said, what's been going on? And I said, have you been affected at all by the coronavirus? And she said, yeah, I lost a couple of family members and that kind of stuff. And we had a great conversation for all of about 5 minutes. And I made a point not to bring up the business. And at the end, she said, you know what, Ann, I am glad you called. And
Wow.
I said, girl, yeah. I said, it's not all about business. And I said, I think you're powerful. Don't get me wrong. I think you could be powerful at our business. I said, but you're a powerful person already. And I said, I want to make sure that we remain friends. And I said, when this is over, I want you to come over. I want to come over. You're right. We live close enough together that we can visit each other. I'm really interested in developing a relationship and just being friends. And she said, you know what? I would like that. She was like, girl, thank you for calling me. And I was like, girl, anytime. And I said, I'll call you again. And I said, but guess what? The phone lines go both ways. You can call me too. And she said, okay, I will. Yeah. And so I know she's a single mom and, divorced and,
Wow.
so I felt good about it that, okay, she decided that it wasn't for her, but there's no reason why we can't still be friends. So how many of us honestly can say, I know I've messed up in that area. I've lost some prospects. I've lost some teammates because I would not get off of the business soapbox and just have a conversation and allow the friendship to develop.
I'd be the first to admit that. And I kept trying to figure out why I was not getting the callbacks or, and it's, I'm just not interested. The phone slammed down on you. And now it makes sense.
Exactly. And and it took it happening to me for me to get it. It took it really someone treating me that way. And, I remember they called and I said, okay, they just want me to buy some Mary Kay. Here we go. Look, she only called me when she want me to buy some Mary Kay. So when she got on the phone, I said, girl, what's the special? Only call me, and it's my sorority sister. I said, child, you only call me when you need to make your goal or whatever for Mary Kay. And I said, what's the special? What is it this month? And she said, okay. She said, you're right. She said, I did call you because I know I can depend on you. She said, we have a relationship. I said, no, we don't. I said, you only call me when you need Mary Kay. I said, you don't call me to come to birthday parties. You don't call me to do, to do stuff. It's always Mary Kay stuff. And she was like, you know what, Ann? She said, I'm gonna be better with that. I'm gonna get better with that. I said, okay. I said, I hope I'm the only friend to do that way. I said, you're my soror and I love you. And I said, but I hope I'm the only friend you do that way. Because if not, then your friend's probably getting turned off as well. If you only call them when there's a Mary Kay special, when you need them to buy something. And she was like, you know what? I need to check on that. I said, I encourage you too. And so then we just started talking. And I said, and I will support you and buy whatever it is, get some lipstick or whatever the kid is of the month. I will get that. And I said, but I want you to really think about that. And it changed, that conversation changed our relationship, but it made me think about, okay, some of my team members and some of the people that I know, do I just call them when I'm on phone for business, or do I ever just stop and just say, hey, you know what, how you doing? Or I saw your post, what's going on with you? You know, and so I think it does make a difference. It really does,
Right.
especially as in leadership. I think it does.
Yeah.
So what call will you make this week just to reconnect? Who will you call? You can look at your phone. You can cheat. Look at your phone. Look at your phone and say out loud, and we're going to hold you accountable. Who will you call this week?
Gwen Brown.
All right, Gwen Brown. All right, cool. Barbara, Miss Iantha, Michelle, who will you call this week?
I'm gonna touch bases with Anita.
Awesome. Okay, and not about business, just, hey, what's going on? When you feel yourself having a business conversation, hang up the phone. Just say, you know what, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. But it's really about connecting.
Oh, let me change it. Let me change mine.
Okay, I don't know who was talking.
I'm sorry. I was just asking if I could change my name. Because when you said not about business, don't talk about business. Because I was thinking about a leader because, you know, in terms of business. But I better change that to Phyllis Jean.
No, you can still call Alina, but this time don't talk about business.
Okay.
Just
okay.
talk about getting the hey, how you doing? What's happening? You know, don't talk about. Just make it personal. Just say, hey, look, I just would love to get to know you better. Because people want to be around people that they know, love, and respect. And so if you always talking, if you only show the business side, if you never show vulnerability, if you never share anything that you're going with, you know, if it's always about business with you, there's no connection.
Okay. Okay.
So just making a point that, hey, I'd love to get to know you better. I think you're a quality person, and I just love to get to know you better. So this is my way of reaching out and trying to get to know you better.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, great. Okay, so Barbara, who will you call this week?
Kendra Nutt.
Kenda who?
Nutt, N-U-T-T.
Oh, okay, awesome. Okay. And Michelle, who will you call this week? Michelle McDaniel.
Monica McCray.
Okay, all right. And I am going to call this lady I met at church, Adrian Love. Isn't that a nice name, Adrian Love? I'm going to call and reconnect with her. We haven't seen each other in a while because of the coronavirus, and she was trying to get me to join the choir and everything. So I'm going to just reach out to her and reconnect with her. She has a beautiful personality. So one person can make the difference in your business, but you have to work on that relationship with that one person. It's all about relationships. It's not about business, it's relationships. So you want to make sure that you work on that relationship. And so that's what we are doing today. There is a book, The Art of Connecting, and there's also a book by The Little Black Book of Connections. I encourage you to either download or read that book, The Little Black Book of Connections. And it gives ideas in terms of how to connect and also how to connect with influential people. And also, you know, I don't know if you guys were on my page last night, but I shared this is so amazing. I shared y'all know, I really enjoy training with Lisa Nichols. I really enjoy her style and who she is, her aura. And the young lady I met when I went to the same seminar, and the young man I met actually did a live last night featuring Lisa Nichols. And so the young lady I met obviously has a personal relationship with Lisa Nichols that I didn't even know about. Well, guess who I'm calling today? I'm like, wait a minute. You did not tell me And she is so cool. She is so cool. And when I met her, she was like, girl, call me anytime. She's in California. She has her own real estate. She's written books. She's a really cool person. But I had no idea she was hanging out with Lisa Nichols. Can't wait today. Say, girl, I saw the live. Both of them, when I met them, we went to lunch together and everything. And so it was just amazing to see them and just to see her in her element and her circle. So it was really awesome. Okay, Miss Iantha. Miss Iantha's got to leave. And so, but again, you just won. That just told me as I was listening, I said, man, you just won one person away. One person away from meeting who you want to meet, or one person that could be very influential. I talked to her about our business. In fact, Letitia Nicole talked to her about our business as well, and she just said that she wasn't interested, but I had no idea that she was that connected. And so I was like, wow.
Yeah, I was on that last night. I was listening to that last night. That was so powerful.
Wasn't it?
I was listening to, oh my gosh, it was. I was listening while I was at work, and I was like trying to listen and answer a call, and I was like, come on, 8 o'clock, because she was giving some powerful messages.
She was, and she was so funny, y'all. She
said she
was in her mind, her militant mind. And this is Lisa Nichols. She said she was in her militant mind, and she was given an opportunity to achieve this award, some kind of achievement award. And she said she stood up there and she made this militant speech and stuff to a whole audience full of white people.
Yep.
And afterwards, you know how it got all quiet and people like. And then she said the person who invited her said, so how's things going? And she says, I'm standing for my people. He said, yeah, we can see that. And it gave her the person who invited her gave her some powerful advice, but it was hilarious the way she said it. And again, she just kept telling stories. She just kept telling stories of her experience. And I encourage you to go to my page and listen to the interview, because she's a master storyteller and she pulls you in for her various stories. She started talking about when she meets people, they said one of the questions was, what's the worst when you meet somebody that has bad breath or body odor? And she was like, oh, she said, when I have body odor, I'll be like, oh, don't hug me, because is this stinking on me? Did you put you on me? Now did you jump on me? Am I smelling like you? And she was like, body odor. She said, both of them are bad. She said, but body odor, she said, sometimes it lingers on you. And she said, so I just be like, And she said, I hate body odor. She said, breath, if somebody have bad breath, it leaves with them eventually, but body odor can linger. That thing was funny. It was funny. So, but she was real. Lisa Nichols, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe that she's just this real. And it just made, now I'm even much more excited to meet her. And I'm thinking about I'm going to talk to my friend and be like, okay, what I need to do to go on this retreat with y'all, because obviously they're going on a retreat together, and that's a whole nother level. And they were like, yeah, because they challenged it. They was like, don't even come. She said, it's for women that are ready to get to their next level. Don't even come if you don't want to be challenged. Don't even come if you're not ready, and it's for women that's at the top of their game. So it's like, we're going to break you down, and we're going to find out what's stopping you. And I was just like, wow, that is amazing. They was like, just come and be ready. So I was just like, wow, that's what successful networks do. That's what successful people do. They challenge each other, and leave Rudy Putin, all these people who give excuses, just imagine if you had a circle of women that was, girl, what you doing? How many people you called today? What you doing? You're supposed to be on it, but you're supposed to be on the top of the, imagine if I had a bunch of friends that said, you're supposed to be on the top of the leaders board in your company. What's up with you? You know, shoot, we all did it. You need to go and do it. What we need to do, you need to get on the phone. I don't know who you need to talk to. Or look, here's my friend, and here's a referral. Work the numbers. Can you imagine if you hung out with people like that, the difference that it would make in your life? So that's why that's why you want to be around powerful people and have powerful friends. It will absolutely change your life. And it can be the difference of one person, adding one person, reconnecting with one person, and making sure that making sure, okay, Michelle, making sure that you stay committed and you keep those relationships. So that's our training for today. Again, we went over. Did y'all enjoy this? Did you get anything out of it?
Yeah, I did. You gave me some good ideas for as when connecting with people, how to carry on a conversation, not always about business. So,
Exactly. Exactly. You make more of an impact if you just approach just friendship. I love to get to know you better, and that's it. And then once you get to know them better, you might decide you don't even want to be you don't want them in your business. You might say, you know what, I thought you was this way, and I'm not liking what I see.
Yeah.
But just imagine if you were intentional and you decided to build a network of powerful people that now you can build a mastermind with. You can begin doing, which is our business. You can do a retreat and with powerful people and just say, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it. And hey, what ideas? People who actually bring in ideas, people who are like challenging you. Hey, how could you, not necessarily out of jealousy, but out of love, pushing you to be better. People who say, I see you as a director, so I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna be pushing you that way. We're gonna walk this road together. We're gonna lock arms and we're gonna do this thing. And I'm gonna be there in the good times. I'm gonna be there in the bad. I'm gonna be there when you're about to quit, and I'm not gonna let you quit. Imagine if somebody stood and said, I'm not gonna let you quit. You're gonna feel like quitting some days, and I am not going to let you quit. I'm committed to your success. Imagine if you had a circle like that you could cry with, that you could be frustrated with, that you could say, people, just someone who said, okay, get the tears out, because now we got to get back to work, because now it's time for you to reach your goal. Imagine if you had somebody like that in your corner. Would you be a different person?
Oh yeah.
Would you?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But you got, like you say, you got to find those right people that's gonna be there with you through thick and thin.
And you got to be willing to accept what it is that they say.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be willing to say, you know what, you're right. Okay, come on, let's go. You got to, you know what? Okay, I didn't do too well, but you're right. I gotta go. I got. So many of us are not willing to do the work.
Yeah.
To do the work, and a lot of times the reason why we are not where we need to be is not because of who we are on the outside; it's who we are on the inside.
Right.
And not being willing to do the work. So here we go. We're gonna do the work, and I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna be like, look, here we go.
I'm excited. Listening to that live last night. I'm telling y'all, who people didn't listen to it, y'all need to listen to it.
I'm serious. It's amazing connections, powerful connections.
Yeah.
Powerful.
And the two people that was talking to her, they was like, they really didn't want to end that call, and I can tell. That's how powerful that live was last night. And y'all have to, I'm so serious. She's awesome.
She is. And I was like, this is my friend. And she knows her. I need to call her. I'm calling her today. I was like, girl, I was on your live last night. That thing was off the chain. I may text her and be like, oh my God. That
Yes.
was off the chain.
Oh my God. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm gonna check that
Off
out.
the chain.
You have to check it out, Miss Barbara. It was so good. I'm telling you, I'm up here trying to talk to people and listen at the same time. Oh my God. I was wanting to hang up with the car, but I knew I couldn't. I have to wait till 8 o'clock a.m. But it was good. It was really good.
Y'all definitely
Okay.
go back. Cause look, I was supposed to do couples conversations and I wasn't done. So I was like, well, I'm gonna listen to the rest of this and we can do couples conversations after that. But then Nick got on the phone with this.
I seen that and I was like, what they doing? I said, uh-oh. He said, I'm here.
And you can hear that music in the background. He was on hold trying to, I was just like.
Y'all two are so funny. Oh my God.
Here we are in the Brown household. Here we go. And so, yeah, I'm telling you, I put on my little Afghan, my little makeup and stuff. He was like, oh, you look nice.
It's supposed to be date night.
So, okay, here we go. And then he was like, you going, and he said, I said, I'm getting sleepy. He said, you going to bed? I said, I'm going to bed. I said, you can finish doing whatever you need to do. I'm cool. I was so tired. And so I went to bed and got me some good sleep.
Y'all are funny.
I said, here we go. So this is what being couples is all about. He was focused to get that part for his chair. So hopefully it's coming. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and end this call. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you definitely listen to Winners Win. But be intentional. Be intentional about growing your network and tapping into some powerful people and just saying, hey, I just love to be friends. And I guarantee you, if you are intentional about starting a new connection every month, that's 12 new powerful people that you have in your network. And as you do that, you will realize that you'll start being invited to more influential things. You'll start being, your circle will start to change. It will start to change, and that's what you want to do. And then you will start to change, because as they start as they start talking to people, talking to you, you're in those circles. You're going to be learning some things as well, and so it's going to bring you up. So let's all just reach our next level and not be afraid, and be ready, and just say, God, bring some powerful people in my circle, because to get where you're going, you're going to have to be a different person. To achieve your success, you're going to have to be a different person. So the first step of that is changing your circle. Okay, so that's it. So I can't wait for next week for you to tell me about these conversations. Just reaching out and just saying hello.
Okay.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Y'all have
No conversations, no business, just connecting. I want to be your friend. I would love to get to know you better.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
All right, y'all. Have a great week.
You too. Bye.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining me. Bye-bye.
Bye.